Great to have you with us on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I thought I'd start off the program with an article, talking about an article that was provided by the Federation of American Societies for Experimental Biology. The headline, New Compounds Could Offer Therapy for a Multitude of Diseases. An international team of more than 18 research groups has shown that these compounds that they developed can prevent harmful protein clumping in preliminary tests. And the findings show, raise hope that there's a new class of drugs that may be on the horizon for more than 30 diseases. The reason I think this is important, and the reason this article caught my attention, the name of the drug, by the way, is CLR01, and they're claiming it might be effective for diseases like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and ALS. And the reason this article caught my attention is because it highlights something that I've been telling you guys for years, and that is the idea that all diseases are based on the same pathology. The same stuff goes wrong. You can call it Parkinson's disease, you can call it rheumatoid arthritis, you can call it multiple sclerosis, you can call it Alzheimer's disease, you can call it whatever you want to call it. But from the level of the cell, and all diseases are cell diseases, from the level of the cell, it's the same stuff. It's the same thing going wrong. Proteins clumping, inflammation, stuff, cells not doing their business. And all of it relates to the body defending itself. All dis-ease is a lack of ease. It's dis-ease. A lack of ease because something is getting into the body. Something is getting into the body that's sparking up a defensive response. And you know what? You don't need drugs to deal with these kind of health challenges. In fact, drugs are just going to make things worse. If you already have a problem that's being caused by some kind of offending agent getting into the body, what do you think is going to happen when you take a drug? You got another offending agent now that the body has to deal with. This defies common sense. We've got a medical model that's populated by people who are so smart they're dumb because it doesn't make any sense. If you have a stressed out body, why would you put more stress into the body? Oh, well, you're going to lower your scores. And that's the kind of healthcare system we have. We have a lower your score, or lower your metrics, lower your TSH or HDL, or raise your HDL, or lower your LDL, or change your test scores via some metric or measurement. This is how our medications work. They lower our test scores, but they do nothing for our bodies, whether we're talking about an old mainstay like prednisone or anti-inflammatory medications or newfangled high-tech drugs / poisons like CLR01. Health is simple, my friends. Health is easy. It's simply a matter of removing the bad stuff and including the good stuff. Taking out the bad, adding in the good. If you're dealing with a health challenge and you want to reverse it, you don't need a doctor, you don't need a pharmacist, you don't need surgeries, and you most certainly don't need drugs. So what do? Well, first of all, you focus on the digestive system. Digestive issues need to be created. Today we know that something called dysbiosis is usually involved in almost all degenerative diseases. Dysbiosis is a fancy way of saying messed up gut bacteria. This is why I'm always talking about the biolumin nightly essence and the root beer belly and the Flora FX. The Fucoid Z and the Z radical can also help support gut bacteria. And of course, digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes, and apple cider vinegar can be helpful as well. After improving digestive wellness, the most obvious and the most effective way to deal with degenerative diseases is to stabilize your blood sugar, keep your blood sugar stable, keep your insulin from spiking, reduce your intake of fast-burning carbohydrates. And by the way, it doesn't matter if your doctor told you you're not a diabetic. It doesn't matter if your test scores say your blood sugar's fine. If you got a chronic degenerative disease, by definition, you got a blood sugar problem, period. Doesn't matter what your test scores say. So after improving digestive wellness, you stabilize your blood sugar. Get on the sweeties. Of course, desserts and cookies and cakes are obvious foods that need to be reduced or eliminated, but potatoes and rice and cereal and processed grains of all kinds are also things you want to watch out for. Eat more protein. Get yourself on the Slender FX. Make sure you're eating lots of eggs. Make sure you're getting animal protein. Make sure you're getting fish protein. Organ meats are always the best. Make sure you're getting lots of protein, and make sure you're using lots of butter, too. Good fats, good protein, have a way of allowing you to wean yourself off of fast-burning carbohydrates. While it may not look like it from a microscopic perspective, from a quantum perspective, and quantum means super tiny, from a super tiny perspective, food is electrical. In other words, we eat for the electrical value of the food, whether we know it or not. By choosing electrically active food, amping up our electrical energy, we're going to end up eating less. You can think of food as a battery. It's a sort of stored electrical energy that can contribute electricity to the consumer of the food, us, the person who eats the food. Food is nutrition, and nutrition is electrical. If you're interested in reading an interesting book that describes this phenomena, check out the book Electrical Nutrition by Denny Hiestand, Hiestand. Bottom line to this whole story, my friends, is health is simple, health is easy. There are 80 million or more Americans dealing with chronic degenerative diseases, and not a single one is condemned. Get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program, change the way you eat, correct digestive health issues, stabilize your blood sugar, and if you're like most people, you're going to start to notice results pretty darn quickly. Get on a Healthy Start Pack. Start sipping on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552 toll free. We'll take a time out and come back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network.
When you perspire, working or playing, your body is losing more than just water. That's why it tastes salty. But what you're sweating out is more than just salt and potassium, as some sports drinks will have you believe. One of the most well-known sports drinks only has 2 nutrients, and it's loaded with sugar. Some have a mineral or 2 with a couple of vitamins. Youngevity's exceptional sports drink, Rebound FX, is chock full of cancer-fighting antioxidants, a full spectrum of vitamins, plant-derived minerals, and herbs. Rebound FX is a highly absorbable liquid supplement that gives you quick, sustained energy. Rebound FX supports cardiovascular health, immune health, and boosts stamina and energy. Don't short yourself during and after your workout with just a couple of nutrients. Drink Youngevity's Rebound FX for optimal health. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Youngevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. I'm a nutritional pharmacist. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use drugs. Never did like pharmaceutical drugs. Never understood the concept of using pharmaceutical drugs. One of the things we study in pharmacy school is the toxicity of drugs. Now, where did it ever become possible, or who ever thought it was a good idea to give a sick body poison in order to make it better? I have no idea. Never could figure it out. Maybe my good friend Doug Winfrey can help answer that question. What do you say, Douglas?
Maybe J.P. Morgan or somebody, those guys that hired Dr. Flexner to make the Flexner report.
Yeah, but it flies in the face of logic and common sense, no? Am I correct?
Not if you're heavily invested in the pharmaceutical
industry. Probably. Yes, that's
right.
right.
You don't care about the well-being of your fellow mankind.
That's the only way you can possibly justify the use of deadly poisons to help heal the body. Brain dead. Anyway, what do you got for us today, Doug?
Well, I got one here that got from CNN that's headlined, 1,000-year-old Anglo-Saxon potion kills MRSA. That's the methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. And so researchers say a medieval remedy made of garlic, onion, wine, bile may be able to defeat MRSA superbug.
Interesting.
The ancient recipe was found in a 10th century medical book in the British Library. They say a 1,000-year-old Anglo-Saxon potion for eye infections may hold the key to wiping out the modern-day superbug MRSA, according to new research. 10th century eyesalve is a remedy that was discovered at the British Library in a volume of Bald's Leech Book, considered to be one of the earliest known medical textbooks. Christina Lee, an expert on Anglo-Saxon society from the School of English at the University of Nottingham, translated the ancient manuscript despite some ambiguities in the text. She's quoted as saying, "We chose this recipe in Bald's Leech Book because it contains ingredients such as garlic that are currently investigated by other researchers on their potential antibiotic effectiveness." And so we looked at the recipe that is fairly straightforward. It's also a recipe where we are told it's the best of leechdoms. And how could you test that? So we were curious. She enlisted the help of the university's microbiologist to see if the remedy would actually work. And the recipe calls for 2 species of allium, garlic and onion, or leek, and wine, ox gall, or bile from a cow's stomach, to be brewed in a brass vessel. She said, "We recreated the recipe as faithfully as we could." It gives this recipe gave precise instructions on the ratio of the different ingredients and for the way that they should be combined before use. So they tried to follow as closely as possible. According to microbiologist Freya Harrison, a book included instruction for the recipe to be left to stand for 9 days before straining through cloth, and an effort to replicate the recipe exactly. They included finding wine from a vineyard known to have existed in the 9th century. Researchers then tested the recipe on cultures of MRSA and a type of staph that does not respond to commonly used antibiotics. Weren't holding out much hope that it would work, but they were astonished by the lab results. They found that Bald's eye salve is incredibly potent as an anti-staphylococcal antioxidant or antibiotic. In this context, they say are going from a mature, established population of a few billion cells all stuck together in this highly protective biofilm cult. There were just a few thousand cells left alive, a massive killing ability. I also asked collaborators in the U.S. to test the recipe on an in vivo wound, meaning that it's in a live organism. And basically, there was a big surprise there as well. Seemed to be very effective. Team says how good it was. The replicated data showing that the medicine killed up to 90% of MRSA bacteria in vivo in biopsies of mice. So there you go.
90%. That's awesome. That's what we talk about all the time. How you don't need drugs, you don't need doctors, you need garlic and onions.
Yeah,
and
you just need a little eye salve.
And a little bit of your ultimate enzymes, because of course you'll get your bile from there. So garlic, onion, and your ultimate enzymes.
Yeah, there's actually ox bile in the ultimate enzyme.
Exactly. So you got garlic and onion, and then wine. Did you say wine?
Yes.
You mix it up all in wine. Wine alone probably make you feel better, right? So you get some wine, you get some garlic and onion, and you make sure you take it with your ultimate enzymes, and tell your doctor to go find himself a real job. No, I shouldn't say that. I got a lot of friends who are doctors, Doug. I don't mean to rip on the individual people. It's the model.
They're just not taught the right thing.
It's not the really model. It's the paradigm. Like you say, the Flexner Report. You know, the curriculum. We should talk about that when we come back from our break. The whole idea that the medical school curriculum is anti-humanity. It's pro-medicine and anti-humanity. You think that's a contradiction? Well, you would think it would be, but it's not.
Sure seems like it.
All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program on the ZBS Radio Network. Got more good health information coming at you right after this break. Don't go away.
When you perspire, working or playing, your body is losing more than just water. That's why it tastes salty. But what you're sweating out is more than just salt and potassium, as some sports drinks will have you believe. One of the most well-known sports drinks only has 2 nutrients, and it's loaded with sugar. Some have a mineral or 2 with a couple of vitamins. Longevity's exceptional sports drink, Rebound FX, is chock full of cancer-fighting antioxidants, a full spectrum of vitamins, plant-derived minerals, and herbs. Rebound FX is a highly absorbable liquid supplement that gives you quick, sustained energy. Rebound FX supports cardiovascular health, immune health, and boosts stamina and energy. Don't short yourself during and after your workout with just a couple of nutrients. Drink Longevity's Rebound FX for optimal health. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Longevity associate. And don't don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Youngevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
So before we went to break, Doug, we were talking about this ancient remedy, ancient antibiotic, I guess you'd say, and it's actually even effective for MRSA. But you know what? They actually have a new class of antibiotics that's coming out here. Have you heard of Teixobactin?
Not yet.
Teixobactin. It's a new antibiotic, and they're saying it's going to work. It'll work for 30 years before bacteria will become resistant to it.
Now, how can they predict that?
I don't know how they can predict it, but now they're telling you don't have to worry about resistance for 30 years. But what are we going to do in 30 years?
Well, that's
Come up
the
with
point.
another one?
I mean, we're at the spot we are now because of overuse. I mean, I know people that have had the flu, went to their doctor, and, a lot of this is you can put off on the patient because there's people that, they go to their doctor and they expect to walk away with a prescription.
Right.
And so the doctor obliges them. But, I mean, giving an antibiotic for influenza is just goofy because it doesn't work on viruses. It only works on bacteria. And influenza is not caused by a bacteria. It's caused by a virus.
Pharmacy 101, first month of the first semester, they tell us, never leave a patient, or a doctor should never leave a patient on an antibiotic for more than 2 or 3 weeks. Now, how many people do you know are on the same antibiotic for months, even years, especially when it comes to skin care, tetracycline and erythromycin? We talked about this on the bright side. One of the best ways to protect yourself from foreign bugs, if you will, are by using good bugs, by using probiotics and fermented foods. This is one of the major benefits of getting on the Biolumin Nightly Essence. If you're dealing with chronic colds or chronic infections, if you have a child who's dealing with chronic ear infections, this is one of the major uses of antibiotics in people, is for children who get chronic ear infections. If you or your kids are on antibiotic and you find yourself constantly changing antibiotics, or if you're leaving you on the same antibiotic, get yourself on the Biolumin Nightly Essence. One of the jobs, there's lots of jobs for good bacteria in the gut, but one of the jobs of the good bacteria in the digestive tract is to protect us from the bad bacteria. They have a counterbalancing effect. They have a way of protecting the normal cells, the healthy cells in the body against infection. And this is why it's so important to get on a good probiotic supplement like the Biolumin Nightly Essence or the FloraFX or the root beer belly, and of course also fermented foods. And you want to make sure that you're keeping the digestive tract hospitable for good bacteria, and that's where the prebiotics come in. You know, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine actually has some prebiotics in it. Fiber is a good prebiotic. Making sure you're eating your veggies is a great way to make sure you're getting your prebiotics as opposed to probiotics. Prebiotics are like food or sustenance for the good bacteria. And between the prebiotics and the probiotics, you go a long way towards eliminating any need for getting on an antibiotic. Not that there's not times when you need an antibiotic. I'm not Pollyannish about this. Of course, if you have an infection of some kind, you're going to want an antibiotic. But you want to do everything you can do in your power to avoid using that antibiotic. And by the way, one of the most powerful antibiotic nutrients, if you will, or it's not really an antibiotic, but it has antibiotic properties, is good old vitamin C. And nobody gets enough vitamin C unless, of course, you're using your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which is one of the neatest advantages. I love the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I've been formulating products for many years, and that is a spectacularly formulated product. Hats off. Kudos to Dr. Wallach and to Richard Renton who put that thing together. One of the neatest things about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, in addition to all the wonderful liquid nutrients that you get, is the high concentration of vitamin C. If you're dealing with a cold or you have some kind of infection, or you want to prevent infections, you want to prevent colds, or you want to prevent shingles for that matter, or you want to do anything to support your immune system, using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine can go a long way to keeping you out of the doctor's office and away from a prescription for antibiotics. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. We're coming back with your phone calls. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552, toll free. We'll take a time out and come back right after this. Don't go away.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates. 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
We'll get your calls here in a sec. I just want to I love this article, Douglas. I know we'll get to calls here in just a sec. I thought I'd get your comment on this, Doug. Mother's diet influences weight control in offspring. Apparently, when they feed moms vitamins, guess what happens to their babies? They don't eat as much. The babies actually, isn't that cool? Moms who are pregnant, that is, and who are building a baby in their womb, when they eat good, when they eat well, I should say, and when they're supplementing, they actually, their babies, their offspring, actually have better appetite control and have lower weights through time, not just birth weights, but through time. Over the course of years, they have better weight control. Just another reason why you want to get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program like the one designed by Dr. Wallach and the folks at Longevity. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. If you have questions about the Longevity products, how to use the Longevity products, ingredients or formulations or health challenges, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, let us help you do that. Let us help you change your life today. 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552, toll free. Let's see who's first in line. Douglas?
All right, let's head to Pennsylvania. And Cindy, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Cindy.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Sure, what's up?
My question is, a couple years ago, I had a very bad cold, and I got fluid in my ear, and I went through 2 rounds of antibiotics, and it didn't get rid of it, and I've just learned to live with it.
With fluid in the ears?
Yes. And I feel like it's affecting my hearing and a little bit of balance.
Okay.
And I'm wondering what I can do about that.
Yes. Anytime you have fluid accumulation, anytime you have any inflammation of any kind, and fluid accumulation is part and parcel with inflammation. Anytime you have redness, and that also is a part and parcel with inflammation. Fluid leakage, redness, swelling, anything that manifests, that is a manifestation of the inflammatory response, you've got something that the body is protecting itself from. In other words, leakages are a defensive response. This is so important because this is behind every health challenge we have, with the exception, of course, of mechanical issues where you have trauma. Behind all chronic degenerative issues where they just keep getting worse, they never get better, you've got some kind of defensive response. Leaky blood vessels, fluid accumulation is a classic sign of this. So if you have a defensive response, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is your body defending itself from? And almost always it's defending itself from something that's getting in through the digestive system. So first thing you want to do, Cindy, is try to connect specific foods that you're eating, especially your favorite foods that you eat all the time, with digestive issues. If indeed you do have this long-term accumulation of fluids, and you're sure that's what it is, then you guaranteed have some kind of digestive issue going on as well. And once you link your digestive issues to foods, you can start to eliminate those foods. The next thing you're going to want to do is strengthen the digestive system, make it more powerful and robust. And the first thing for that is the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 at night. Then you also want to make sure you're using the Fucoid Z, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. That also has very beneficial salutary effects on digestive health and wellness. And then the Ultimate Enzymes taken after all your meals with a little swig of apple cider vinegar can go a long way as well. Make sure you're using the Healthy Start Pack, sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and you should notice some results pretty darn quickly, especially once you eliminate food. So look for problem foods, do a food diary, eliminate those foods. Get yourself on the Biolumin Nightly Essence and digestive enzymes and the Fucoid Z. Use your apple cider vinegar after all your meals. Get yourself on the Healthy Start Pack, and you'll notice results pretty darn quickly. And your multi-year issue with ear infections or ear fluid should be over toots sweet. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. And who's next on the line? Oh, we got a break. All right. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 is your toll-free number, and that's the music. So we're going to take a little commercial break and come back with more good health information and your phone calls as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach along with Doug Winfrey, and you're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. We'll be back after this.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you. 2.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at gcnlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at gcnlive.com.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Let's head to Milpitas, California, and Tina, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Greetings, Tina. Where do you live in California?
It's Milpitas. It's close to, in between San Jose and Fremont.
Okay, nice. Have a pretty day out there today?
Yes, we do. It's gorgeous.
All right, good for you. How can we help you today, Tina?
Okay, so I'm calling for my brother-in-law, and I was hoping to conference my sister in, but I think she's stuck in a meeting, and I wanted... I've been taking the products, and my sister's going to be taking the basic pack, but her boyfriend is, I don't know how to direct him, so I had him fill in the self-evaluation. He has 20 points in the hard tissue area, 11 points in the blood sugar issues, 26 points in the soft tissue, and 3 points in digestion. And he's on blood pressure medication and blood sugar medication. Where do I help?
Where do you begin? Right?
Yes.
Dude, there's a lot of stuff there, right?
Yes. Well, he's had renal cell cancer and.
Oh my goodness! How old is he?
On a chemo pill for 2 years, and it finally stopped working, and the tumors are growing. So. He's dealing with that, but I really feel like he needs to get some nutrients and minerals in his body like now. And
yes, like now, like today, like this second.
That. And so the questions are, where do we start? And
you got it.
Does this have any effect on the medications that he's taking?
Yeah, it'll make his medicines work better.
It will.
Nutrition,
okay.
Yes, and it will reduce his side effects.
Okay.
Nutrients make medicine work better because they strengthen the body, so the body will respond to the medication better, and you'll have less likelihood of toxicity and side effects. So if you're on drugs, or on prescription drugs, or any drugs, illegal drugs, or you're smoking cigarettes, or anything, or you're drinking alcohol, if you're abusing your body, and prescription drugs count as that, in any way, nutrition helps your body protect itself. Nutrients are your best friend if you're having bad habits. A lot of people think, well, if I have bad habits, what am I supplementing for? Well, the opposite is the case. If you have bad habits, you need to be supplementing. Not that I'm saying this about your brother-in-law, but if he's on medication, the nutrients will help him work better. But your question's very interesting. And I've been working with patients now for 30 plus years. And so I run into this problem a lot where people have all these different health issues. And the question is, like you say, where do I begin? Here's where you begin for everybody. Focus on digestive health first. If you just fast, simply by stopping eating, you're going to feel better. Just stopping eating. In fact, for your brother-in-law with renal cell cancer, I just pulled this article up here. Hopefully I can find it while you're on the phone. For your brother-in-law, just fasting can help improve the symptoms of cancer and help accelerate the healing process as well. This is an article that I pulled up it's from the University of Southern California. Headline: Fasting and less toxic cancer drug work as well as chemotherapy. In other words, fasting enhances the effect of chemotherapy. That alone. How easy is it to fast? It's simple. How cheap is it to fast? It's free. How many doctors do you need to fast? None. So something as simple as that can go a long way towards improving his prognosis. And how do you, all of this is to say supporting the digestive system, supporting the health of the digestive system is job number one. In addition to calorie restriction or fasting, you want to make sure he's using the biolumin nightly essence as well as the ultimate enzymes, and then make sure he's doing a little bit of apple cider vinegar with his ultimate enzymes. The Fucoid Z, in addition to being important for the digestive system, is also going to be important for cancer and for the immune system. If you just get on the PubMed or scholar.google.com, which are science websites, you will find that Fucoid Z, or the active ingredient in Fucoid Z, which is fucoidin, has wonderful immune boosting and anti-cancer properties. Make sure he's using the Healthy Start Pack as well. And stabilizing the blood sugar is the second step that you need to do. Use the sweeties, restrict his intake. Actually, you should probably have zero intake of fast-burning carbohydrates. The sweeties, of course, is going to support his blood sugar system. Same with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Beyond OsteoFX. And then lastly, oxygen is cancer's mortal enemy. Cancer thrives under conditions of low oxygen, so make sure he's practicing his deep breathing techniques. Another thing deep breathing does for you is it activates the so-called parasympathetic nervous system, which is your relaxation nervous system that regulates healing and regulates health and regulates peace of mind and regulates wellness. So just sitting on the couch and practicing deep breathing is another wonderful, inexpensive strategy. So number one, focus on digestive health, fasting, using the biolumin nightly essence, Fucoid Z, apple cider vinegar, ultimate enzymes, bone soup, I didn't tell you about that, chicken soup with the bones, that can also be very helpful. Stabilize the blood sugar using the sweeties and having zero tolerance for fast-burning sugars and grains and desserts and cakes and cookies, etc. And then sitting on the couch and practicing slow, deep breathing techniques. And that's good for everything that ails you. And that's a great place for you to start for your brother-in-law. Guaranteed, if he starts using even 3/4 of the therapies that I just mentioned to you, he's going to be a new man. He's going to feel like a new man. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it, and God bless you. Good luck with your brother-in-law. Okay, let's see if we can get one more call in before break. Douglas?
All right, let's head to Arizona. And Angela, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Angela.
Hi, how are you?
What's going on? How can we help you today?
Well, I have two questions.
Yes, ma'am.
One is that I would like to gain more muscle mass and lose weight.
Okay.
And detoxify my system.
Okay.
And the second question is, I have a whooshing noise in my ear.
Okay.
I've been had it since 2009. And it's a continuing noise.
Okay.
So how do I get rid of the
Make
noise?
the whooshy sound for me that you hear.
I hear my heartbeat go whoosh, whoosh,
Okay.
whoosh.
Okay. You're hearing your blood vessels. You're hearing the blood pumping through there. Chances are there's some kind of inflammation going on. So first things first, weight loss and muscle mass, building muscle mass go hand in hand. You'll find that as you build muscle, you're naturally going to lose weight. So you can go to the gym, you can get yourself in the gym, but you don't need to really go to the gym to build muscle, and you don't need a personal trainer to build muscle, and you don't need P90X and 90 minutes a day to build muscle. All you need to do is utilize slow movements. And so if you take a gallon of milk, for example, okay, and you hold 1 gallon or a gallon of water in each hand in one of those little plastic jugs that you get at the supermarket, and you do curls with each one, but you do them super slowly. You probably won't even be able to do a gallon. I think a gallon is about probably 4 or 5 pounds. You just kind of slowly raise your arms up, and you'll notice that you're getting a good workout, and slowly drop your arms, and you'll notice you're getting a good tricep workout. You can do your legs the same way by standing up very, very slowly and then sitting down very, very slowly. You can probably do about 2 or 3 of those a day, and you'll notice that your glutes are starting to get muscly and hard and firm. You'll notice you're losing weight as well. So resistance training, it's called. You can also get rubber bands, heavy rubber bands, and you can tie one around a piece of furniture and one around your leg and do leg crosses. There's all kinds of creative ways that you can build muscle. You don't need a gym, don't need a trainer. As you're doing that, you're also going to find yourself losing weight. Of course, after your workout, this is so important. After your workout is the best time to do your nutritional supplements. That is protein, your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, your Healthy Start Pack, Ultimate EFAs, all after a workout. After you do a workout, your body's like a dry sponge, and it will suck up water in the same fashion that a dry sponge sucks up water quickly. So after your workouts, get yourself on the Slender FX, do your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and make sure you're using your Ultimate EFAs, and your weight loss will correspond with your muscle building. you'll find you're eating less food, and you'll find that the weight is naturally dropping off as you replace the fat with muscle. Second thing, for the whoosh sound in your ears, you're noticing it probably has to do with inflammation in there. And inflammation, as we said before, is a defensive response. And the defensive response is not little magical elves shooting arrows into your ankles. The defensive response is usually to something you're eating. And the only way to know what that is to look for digestive symptoms, whether it's heartburn or gas or bloating or constipation or loose stools or nausea or fullness or whatever, and link those up to foods and then eliminate those foods. You might also want to try the biolumin nightly essence, the ultimate enzymes, and the Fucoid Z, all of which can support digestive health. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program on the ZBS Radio Network. Going to take a quick break and come back with more good health information right after this.
If you're up several times every night to go to the bathroom, have frequent urination during the day, feel like you have to urinate, but then have difficulty getting a stream going, have leaking, dribbling, or urgency to the point a restroom must always be nearby, you may have an enlarged prostate. According to the National Kidney Foundation, by age 60, more than half of all men have an enlarged prostate, or BPH. By age 85, that number is 90%. According to the American Urological Association. Ultimate ProstFX from Youngevity has been developed for nutritional support of the prostate gland. ProstFX promotes prostate health and supports healthy prostate function. Stop sprinting to the restroom and avoid those embarrassing moments with ProstFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or the metabolic syndrome, and you're tired of seeing your blood glucose levels rise and fall like a ship on the ocean, but you don't want to take those drugs the rest of your life, Youngevity has an alternative. A product called Sweeties has been developed just for you. Used as part of your regular diet, Sweeties helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, a formulation specially designed to nutritionally assist your body with the regulation of your blood sugar level. Sweeties supports healthy glucose metabolism because it's fortified with aspartic acid, chromium, and vanadium, all to help you promote healthy blood sugar levels. If you want to get off those drugs and control your blood sugar metabolism naturally, try Youngevity's Sweeties product. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co. Bidbit.co.
All right, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Doc today and taking your phone calls. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552. Toll free. Got a couple more moments to talk to you. If you got questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs. Who's next on the line, Doug?
All right, let's head to Florida. And Gina, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Gina.
Hi.
What's the good word?
I have lots of problems, and I don't know where to start.
Okay.
I was diagnosed at the age of 25 with multiple sclerosis, and I have lots of symptoms, and I also have heart disease.
Okay. You know where to begin? Always begin at the beginning. You begin at the beginning. And the beginning on all health challenges, including MS, in fact, especially MS, which is an autoimmune disease, as I'm sure you know, where the body turns its heavy guns on itself, in the case of MS, on the nerves. Always the first thing with immune problems with all health challenges, but especially with immune problems, is digestive health. So, sound like you're in your 50s or 60s, correct?
58.
Okay, so you know as well as I know, even though I'm on the thousands of miles from you on the radio, you know as well as I know that you have digestive health issues. Have to, must have. If you don't know them, find them because they're there. But you probably do know them. And we got to link those up to foods. If you just fasted for a couple of days, your symptoms would immediately subside. Now, obviously, you have to keep eating. You can't fast forever. But simple fasting will demonstrate for you the effectiveness of a digestive health strategy. If you get on WebMD's website, you'll see an article on the website for WebMD for multiple sclerosis associating fasting with improvements in MS symptoms. This has been well known for decades, that when MS sufferers fast, they feel better. Why? Because food is activating the immune system. And this is what an autoimmune disease is. It's an overactivated, hyperactive, jumpy immune system. So controlling digestive symptoms is job number one. Do a food diary where you write down every single morsel you eat and then how you feel after that in terms of your digestive system, crampy, bloaty, heartburn, constipation, etc. And then over the course of a couple of weeks, you're going to start to notice that your favorite foods are causing you problems, and then those foods are going to need to be eliminated. Simultaneous, parallel with this strategy, you're going to want to start to use all the digestive support supplements that we've talked about here today, and that is the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night, the Fucoid Z, again, 3 in the morning, 3 at night, Ultimate Enzymes after all your meals. You may want to try a couple of Ultimate Enzymes in the middle of the day. That can help you with some of the inflammation. And then you're going to obviously take your Ultimate Enzymes with your meals. Do a little bit of apple cider vinegar with that. Make sure you're on the Healthy Start Pack. Sip on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine all day long. And if I were you, I'd be doing 9 to 12 of the Ultimate EFAs every day. That's 3 or 4 capsules 3 times a day. You might also want to throw in the Ultimate Selenium, which is not only very important for the heart and for the circulatory system, it also is a battery for fighting inflammation. The body's primary inflammation fighter, immune-boosting element is called glutathione. You may have heard of that. Selenium is a little battery for activating the glutathione. If you were me, or if I were you, I would be throwing in the Immortalium as well. There's some really neat nutrients in the Immortalium that you can't get in other longevity products. If you want a couple more things, you might want to try the Cell Shield product, which has a nice ORAC value, and even the Triple Treat chocolate has some antioxidant properties, and it might be a nice, delicious way to protect yourself from some of the inflammatory effects of the multiple sclerosis symptoms. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. And let's see if we can get one more call in. Douglas,
all right,
what do you
let's
say?
head to Tennessee. And Tom, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Tom.
How you doing?
Doing good. What's up, man?
Well, I think I'm developing a cataract in my left eye, and I wanted to know how you felt about cataract surgery, or is there any other way to deal with cataract?
A cataract is a caramelized eye lens. It's you'll see it as a cloudiness, but really it's a reaction between sugar, mostly, and the eye lens, the proteins of the eye lens. There could be some other things that are reacting as well, but primarily it's sugar, and this is why diabetes and cataracts go hand in hand. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start to treat yourself like a diabetic. That means restrict your intake of the fast-burning sugars and carbohydrates. Keep that blood sugar nice and stable. Use the sweeties to do that. You can also use the Beyond OsteoFX. Magnesium also has a nice sugar-stabilizing effect. More protein, more good butter, and make sure you're using your Ultimate EFAs. In fact, the whole Healthy Start Pack would be important. And then, as always, focus on digestive health and wellness, keeping your digestive system pristine and healthy. It's really simple, folks. Good health is our birthright. Healing and regeneration are our birthright. If you're dealing with a degenerative health crisis, something's messing up the system. It's as simple as that. Thanks for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Been a pleasure to be here with you. For Doug Winfrey and Doc Wallach, all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network, have yourselves a spectacular, wonderful day. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MyTV. 1-855-905-MyTV.